Hello and welcome to the 50th episode of Downtime Podcast. Alyssa, how's everything?
Everything's going well. I'm just curious, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so, I don't know how my sound is gonna sound like until I put this through, edit the podcast, but today I'm actually recording this on my works recorder, so I'm hoping that everything works out in the way that I sound eventually when I
hope it sounds great.
When I hear the playback. So
it'll be fine. It'll sound amazing, so
I hope so.
You're fine.
Yeah. It's a really busy month, but it's also very exciting at the same time. There's just a lot of things going on, and a lot of games. So
yeah, everyone's getting ready for the Steam summer sale.
Oh yeah,
next month. I think
that's a thing. Yeah, it's like mid-June usually. I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be purchasing anything this summer because I'm working on other stuff, such as Yakuza, so...
That's true, yeah, busy. No, actually, my summer's pretty booked. So I think I'm okay too.
Sweet, yeah. So, I've been away. What's been going on in the world of gaming?
Like, in terms of my world, or in terms of the world in general? Because speaking of the world, there's I just found out that there's a world of Video Games Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm. I actually didn't know about that.
Yeah, and there was an article that came out that said 2018 World Video Game Hall of Fame inductees, and I was like, wow, this is a thing. Just as there's apparently an organization that checks your high score records for arcade games.
Twin Galaxies.
So there's a thing for everything now, folks. Yeah, just to show the 4 things that got inducted, it was Final Fantasy VII, John Madden, Space War, and Tomb Raider.
I know 3 of those things.
And so I was about to say, these are all things that happened in the 90s, too. So I don't know what the hell is on that Hall of Fame list. But...
What's the qualifications for getting on that list?
Electronic games of all types, arcade, console, computer, handheld, and mobile are eligible for the hall. Honorees are recognized for their popularity over time and influence on other games and pop culture. So I guess basically you have to have a legacy. You have to kind of be an influence on other games that currently exist in this generation, and everything that you can ask for of a memorable video game, really.
Okay. So just stand out among the rest. And I like how it mentioned every single type of video game, like where it exists in. Like literally they just mentioned every type of game.
I know.
Just, as long as you're a video game, you can be entered.
I know, who knows? Maybe we'll see Doki Doki Literature Club on this list in a few.
Well, considering the amount of time it took for Tomb Raider to get on there, maybe 30 years from now it'll be on there. So we'll see.
So real quick, the museum is in Rochester, and I don't know where Rochester is, but something tells me this is on the East Coast.
It's in New York.
Okay.
Rochester's in New York.
Okay, got it. Yeah, this does not sound like a familiar city to me at all, and...
Oh, okay.
A few of the finalists of this year, which, by the way, this is a pretty strong list. So the list includes Miss Pac-Man, Asteroids, Call of Duty, Dance Dance Revolution, Half-Life, King's Quest, Metroid, and Minecraft.
Oh.
So, for one, you could have inducted all 12 of these things. So, yeah. I don't necessarily know why you had to choose 4. All of these, especially, guys, shout out to Dance Dance Revolution. Anyways, this is pretty legendary. So, really random. I don't know if the Hall of Fame works this way. It probably doesn't because it's just a gaming Hall of Fame. But there's some Hall of Fames where if you're a finalist but did not actually make it to the Hall of Fame and you're a finalist 3 times, you no longer qualify for the Hall of Fame.
Oh, well. I had no idea.
I don't think that this video game Hall of Fame is like that at all, but I just think but I'm just kind of thinking, because what if, for example, Call of Duty is perpetually on this list forever, and another video game tops it every time? Just random thoughts, but
well, let's see what else gets inducted in the future.
I know anything's possible if John Madden made it, folks. So. We're granted, Madden is a legendary, I mean, if you like sports, it's one of the founders of sports games, so I'm not gonna hate it that much. But
yeah.
That's all I have about this Hall of Fame news.
Cool. I actually don't have any news since I've been away, but I've been reading stuff that you posted on our Discord.
Nice.
So that's cool.
Yeah. Like my predictions for E3.
Yeah, which is next month.
Yeah, I was just naming things because since you talked about it in the previous podcast and I listened to it, I just wanted to list what my predictions were too. I kind of wanted to weigh in on the conversation of when PlayStation 5, in my opinion, when PlayStation 5 would come out. So. Yeah,
and Jairus and I were saying we don't really think it's gonna come out in the next year or this year because
I'm willing to bet $5 that the PlayStation 5 does not come out in 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the PS4 is way too grounded right now.
Yeah, I was about to say, and this is part of my prediction, but the conversation for PlayStation 5 will happen, and it will appear, and it will be announced when we first start hearing about the next iteration of Grand Theft Auto. That's actually my prediction is I think the next version of Grand Theft Auto, whether it's 6 or they choose a different city, it's going to align with the end of the PlayStation 4 console generation.
GTA is known to be one of those console starting games.
Yeah.
In a way.
It's going to believe the next game is going to fall in line with the end of PlayStation 4 so that people can play it that don't necessarily want to get a PlayStation 5 yet, but it will also be one of the first games available for PlayStation 5. And I honestly don't think we're going to get a PlayStation 5 until 2021.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, I'm okay with that. I have a pretty big collection of PS4 games right now, and I don't really want to buy a new console unless it's backwards compatible, which it probably won't, let's be honest.
No, they got this PlayStation Plus bullshit going on. They're never making it backwards compatible ever again.
So sad. Now, because if you want to play PS2 games, you have to re-buy all of them digitally.
I know, I'm not upset, so.
And then you're crying with all your PS2 games in front of you.
I'm not crying right now.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
I'm not crying, you're crying. The good news is I'm essentially a PlayStation console collector, so I have all my consoles. So that will basically solve the problem for me, at least.
There you go. Yeah, absolutely.
You're not gonna.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Sony's not gonna fool me when PlayStation 5 comes out and there's freaking PlayStation 4 games on sale. They're not getting me.
Yeah, it's like, haha, you tried to juke me. Not today.
Not today. Alright, so how's Yakuza 6?
Yakuza 6 is really fun right now, and again, I don't want to spoil this game since there are people that speedrun through the game, either because they got it early because of that whole demo hack thing, or because they just want to play the story, and honestly, like Yakuza 0 and Kiwami before it, I want to take my time playing this game.
Yeah.
So I've been doing all the sub-stories, all the side missions, everything because I just want to get a feel for the game. And in a sense, I don't want it to end. Even though I know 2 is coming out in August, there's a part of me that doesn't want Kiryu's story to end. And that's probably one of the reasons why I'm playing it really slowly is because I want to indulge it. I want to experience it. I want to keep, just having this feeling of wanting to play more without leaving the game, of course when I play 0 I'm playing the real estate game still, and I'm playing the cabaret club still because those are a lot of fun, And for Kiwami, if I play Kiwami again, I want to play the slot car racing because I think that's also fun. But Yakuza 6, I feel like, has other things in place of those two games that I mentioned.
Mhm.
So I haven't gotten to them yet, but I do know what they are. And one of them is like a clan builder where you start fights.
Oh
And
yeah.
one of them is baseball. And baseball is kind of lackluster to me, but right now I'm trying to enjoy it. But a lot of the side games are in their own way a whole full game still, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, definitely.
But overall, I really like Yakuza 6. I really, really, really like this game a lot. I think there's a lot of things that I haven't done yet or touched the surface of yet because I'm not that far into the story. I'm actually only on chapter 4 or 5, I believe. And I'm in Hiroshima right now, so that's kind of cool. And there's a lot, like, between Tokyo and Hiroshima, there are, like, a lot of different activities you could do. And there's a lot of things that are different in Hiroshima than they are in Tokyo, just like in real life. So I think that's really cool.
Have you been taking them selfies?
Yes, I have, actually.
Yes,
some really
selfies!
funny ones. Every time something funny happens, I try to take a selfie, and especially with like one of the main characters, I take a selfie.
That's amazing.
And I will say it is kind of funny. One of the main characters in Hiroshima, he's not a main character. Well, I think he's a main character.
Which
He's in
one?
the art book, but hold on, let me pull out the art book. There are two characters that are based on actual people, like actual Japanese actors.
Oh,
and the guy.
I think we
What's that?
talked about this before.
Yeah, the guy. His name is Nagumo.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually a really famous comedian in Japan, and it's really funny and weird for me to see him act in a really serious and gangster-like role because I know him as like this really really funny guy.
Yeah.
And now when he's like trying to beat up Kiryu, I'm like, first of all, you're not gonna win. Second of all, take off that like tough guy look. You're like you're a comedian, dude. Like laugh a little bit. So I think that's really funny.
For sure.
And one of the other guys in the same family as Nagumo, Yuta Usami, he's actually from the Battle Royale, the movie Battle Royale. He was the main guy.
I knew it! Sorry.
Yeah. It's okay. Yeah, no. I'm like, is that the guy from Battle Royale? And I looked it up. I was like, oh shit, it is.
So,
I know. I
fucking
feel
knew it!
So those of you that have seen Battle Royale pre-Hunger Games, you'll know this guy.
Dude,
so.
One of the best movies I've ever seen. No, but for real though, it's one of my top 10 movies of all time. I really like
It's a fantastic film.
I really
it's a
like
great
Battle
movie.
Royale a lot.
Yeah.
And the lessons that are told. So
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Yeah.
have you done Cat Cafe yet?
I've been finding the cats, but at this point in the story, I cannot go back to Tokyo yet since there's a lot of stuff I have to do in Hiroshima.
Yeah.
Right now I'm helping out one of she's the head of a bar called Bar Kiyomi, and her name is also Kiyomi, and she's actually based on a real actress, Yoko Maki. She's one of my favorite Japanese actresses.
Nice.
So that's kind of cool. That's like she's actually playing a part in the game.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Although I do feel like some of the actors are just reading the script instead of acting, which bothers me a little bit. So, which like I get it, like this is probably they don't really do this kind of thing a lot, but at the same time I'm like, you're an actor, like at least like look at the cutscenes of a previous game or play it a little bit to understand where you're trying to go with this character.
Oh, definitely.
Maybe it's the fault of the director. Yeah, no, I just feel like some of the lines are a little bit dry, but that's just my personal opinion on the voice acting. But overall, I think it's great. I think it's fantastic.
So,
yeah, no, go ahead.
Oh, just real quick. So I haven't been doing much in Yakuza 6, like that's actually storyline related. In fact, I'm still in Tokyo, simply because I'm really into Yakuza 5 currently, but I have been looking for cats and
Yeah, okay, see the thing with the cats is only certain cats like certain cat food, and if you don't give them the right cat food, they'll hate you, and then their meter won't go anywhere, and then they'll just run away. It's like, wow.
It's a hassle, all right.
Yeah, so what I did was I went to Don Quixote and I bought every single kind of cat food, and then I just imagine Kiryu stuffed his pockets with a bunch of cat food, and I'm running around trying to find cats. And they're like, do you like this? No. Do you like this? No. It's like, goddamn.
I know, right?
Kiryu's so frustrated. Yeah, he's so frustrated. Every time the cat runs away, he's like, you got away. It's like, yeah, that's right, Kiryu. I feel the same way.
Also, I've only really been doing the fun sides. Like, I've been going to the gym a lot. I'm obsessed with the gym, to be completely honest. I was doing the gym and I didn't get too into it when the demo came out because it's just the demo. But when the game came out, I don't know why, but I've been going there all the time.
Yeah, it's like it's a lot of fun. Like everything, like all that part is just so much fun. Like just the gym itself. Like you're thinking, oh, it's so boring, just doing the same thing over and over again. No, it is. But like if you think about it that way, it's not going to be fun. But Yakuza is a game known for doing the same thing over and over again, but it's always fun somehow. Like it's crazy. Like there are times when I'll go do a side mission, I'll go to the gym, and then I'll go to the net cafe, and then I'll go to the arcade and play one of those arcade. I'm trying to beat Outrun. I'm trying to beat a level in Outrun. I just want to complete it. No, but overall, Yakuza 6 is great. Have you done the internet cafe stuff yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, I will warn you, it is exactly or very, very similar to Yakuza 0's girl videos.
Do you get a trophy out of it? Like if you
I don't know, but just imagine those videos.
Oh no, I know, because I had to get the trophy.
But they're longer. They're a lot longer. They're a lot longer.
Oh my!
It's a game.
Wow. Okay.
And they're all porn stars. Just saying.
Oh wow.
I didn't look it up. Okay, I just know someone told me. All right, I just heard from a second hand.
Got it.
That they are okay. Yeah. So just saying.
Got
okay.
it. Okay. Cool.
You don't seem like you believe me.
Oh no, I totally believe you, Jeremy. Totally.
Okay, cool. Glad you believe me.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's Yakuza 6.
Yeah.
How's your time in Yakuza 5?
Dude, okay, so I'm sorry. So this past week was the first time I cried from Yakuza 5, and it's because so for one, I finished Kiryu's part, and I am on a new character, Sajima, and
okay. Oh, I love that guy. That guy's amazing.
Dude, this guy is a wonderful man, and so without spoiling it, there's also this character in Yakuza 5, and his name is Baba-chan. And God, I'm sorry, but just this entire storyline with them is just amazing, and they're both awesome characters. And I'm still in part 2, so if Sajima clearly obviously has to live, but if Baba-chan dies, it's the end of the world, to be completely honest. So is how I feel currently. I start off with Sajima, and we're sort of in this enclosed area, and now I'm in the fucking forest. I'm in the mountains. I'm in the mountains, and it's snowing, and it's kind of I don't know where I am. So,
what a change of climate.
I actually don't know what city this is or what this is supposed to be based off of. Am I in Hokkaido? So Sajima and Baba-chan become friends with this guy who's really obsessed with hunting a bear, and everyone in the village that I currently reside in says, hey, now that you're friends with this guy, you need to figure out why he's so obsessed with this bear, because his obsession with this bear is ruining this town.
What the hell? Is this a main story quest or is this a side quest?
That's why this game's amazing.
What?
Yakuza 5.
This is ridiculous.
I know. I love it. And also, you know how in part 1 I told you that Kiryu's sort of side quest mission story involves taxi rides? Right,
as Suzuki-san.
Suzuki-san, exactly. So Suzuki-san works at the Nagasu taxi company. So Sajima, I'm gonna post a video on it really soon because I got too obsessed with it. He's a hunter. The side mission quest is hunting for animals so that you can feed the village.
I need to play this game so badly.
Yeah,
this sounds like my type of game.
Yeah,
exactly.
this game was just like, what can we possibly do to just make the side quests even more ridiculous than ever? So I'm hunting deer. Like this is my life right now, Jeremy.
Are you playing Tomb Raider or Yakuza? Which game are you playing?
I just realized there's one more game that I played that I need to talk about. I played PUBG for the first time.
Ah, I saw on Instagram.
Yeah, I played that game for the first time, and God, I had so much fun playing it.
Yeah, no, add me, dude. We'll play together.
To be so I know that I signed in as a guest, so I need to actually.
Me too.
I need to actually wait. Do I need to link my Facebook?
Hell no.
Okay, because Facebook is having issues right now that
exactly.
I haven't
used
I use Facebook to kind of just post random statuses, but I've not actually put anything extensive or linked anything extensive to Facebook in a while.
I just put photos from Instagram on Facebook.
So actually I can just be a guest.
Yeah, exactly. So the way that guest works is it's called guest, but actually it's just a full account without having to use Facebook.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
Yeah, so I'm using guest. I've been using guest since Easter. So honestly, I highly recommend just keeping your account and not going over Facebook because that's just ridiculous.
For sure. When I created an account, though, I think I said something along the... So there were 3 options that you choose, whether there was an option I've played a shooter before, or I've never played a shooter before, or yeah. I'm pretty sure I chose the easiest one. So I don't know if we'd be paired up together, or I don't know.
Well, I mean, if we can do squads, we could do teams. We can team up in the same room.
Oh, okay, cool. That works.
Yeah,
but
you can add me. It's my username here, by the way.
Okay, cool. It's my username too. But the mobile was really entertaining to me because at some point during my first playthrough of PUBG, I found a motorcycle, and I didn't even shoot anyone for a good 5 minutes. I just drove around in the motorcycle.
Oh.
and I probably didn't do my team members any good, but it was hilarious, so I have no regrets. Also, I survived the longest, and I had 2 kills, which I'm bragging about it because that's impressive for me. Because I'm not good at shooters.
That's good.
I'm not good at shooters at all. So I was like, oh shit, I did something right here. So.
I hate to break it to you, but sometimes there's bots.
Bots?
Yeah, sometimes there's bots that will shoot back at you because they have to fill the 100 person count in each match.
I see.
Not 100 people join every match, so.
Okay, for sure.
You might have killed a bot. I don't know, but it's hard to tell sometimes.
To be honest, I have no idea, but I killed a bot.
The fact that you got 2 kills is all that matters.
I know I got 2 kills, and that would have never happened anywhere else. So it's all good.
Yeah. No. Yeah, we'll add each other and we'll play.
Yeah. So that is yes, I will add you, and that is the final game that I've played.
Cool, and I've still been playing that too with my brother and my cousins, so nothing's really changed there. We just keep playing. So, let me know if you want to play with us. Whoever's listening, PUBG Mobile, it's on iOS and Android, so download that and join our Discord so we can chat while we play. And actually, I do use Discord to chat while I play PUBG Mobile, and it works out very well.
Nice, cool.
All right, so we've been traveling a lot. You've been traveling a lot.
So my latest travel, I traveled for work to Los Angeles, and I just did a little bit, I didn't really have a big break at all. Uh-huh. But in the time, because I had to travel to different locations for testing, but in the locations that I traveled to, whenever we went on a break, I used that hour or 2 to walk around. So I did visit a lot of places. I was in Little Tokyo, I was in Venice Beach, downtown LA. Also, there's a new okonomiyaki place in Little Tokyo, and
oh, for real?
Yeah, it's called Chinchakurin, and it's a Hiroshima style okonomiyaki. So it's
oh my god!
So it's basically yakisoba and then the egg pancake on top of the yakisoba. So it's not only do you get one, you basically get 2 forms of it. So.
Oh my god, that's the best one.
I know. So
yeah, I had it before too, and it's amazing.
Yeah. So if you're ever there, it's there. You should totally get it.
Yeah. Also, hit up Marugame Monzo, the udon place, which is amazing.
I didn't go there this time, but it's always on my radar when I see it. I'm like, yep, that place, so good.
That place is yeah.
I know. And then
so good.
I know, and there really wasn't much that I did because it was just a lot of working. But I tried to take as much advantage as I could. So.
Good. You need time. Are you done traveling? Are you still gonna go out travel, or are you taking a break?
Oh, I'm not done at all for work travel related things, but but it's sort of settled for at least 2 weeks, so
okay.
I am okay for now.
Cool. Okay, so I'm glad you get to find some time to relax.
Oh, I know,
kick
right?
Back, play some games,
Yeah.
maybe drink a little.
I know, right? Exactly. But you actually went to China for fun, so.
I did. I went to China for vacation because my girlfriend had a week off, and she's like, "Do you want to come to China?" And I looked at my calendar, and I said, "Sure." And tickets actually were only $400.
Dude, I'm telling you,
So-
there's really cheap flights from SFO to China, Hong Kong, Taiwan. Yeah.
Yep. So I went to
Did
China.
you do Air China or China Eastern?
United.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, okay. Interesting. I'm surprised that United was the cheapest one.
It was actually in association with Air China, but they used United planes.
Oh, I see. Got it.
Yeah, so that was really cool. The flight over there is about the same as going to Japan.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I thought it would be a little longer since Japan is closer than China, but it was about the same, like 10 or 11 hours.
Okay, cool.
I was like, oh, this is nice. So I watched a lot of movies on the plane. I slept.
Cool.
Went to the Great Wall of China.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was really hot, and my girlfriend's grandma was like, "Hey, you can either take the cable car up the Great Wall, or you can use the footpath." She's like, "I highly recommend you use the footpath to get the full experience." We're like, "Okay," because we've both never hiked up the footpath before.
Yeah.
It was like my girlfriend's second time, but it was my first time, and so then we did the footpath. Oh my god, it was the worst hike I've ever done.
Wow,
not
really?
Not the worst, and nothing bad happened. It was 100% stairs.
I mean, that's to be expected, but damn.
Yeah, because you're going up, but still, there were break areas where you could take a break and sit down.
Yeah.
But nah, dude, that was crazy. I don't know if I would ever do that again unless I was really gung ho about it. But for the most part, nah. I would rather take the cable car.
Did you?
But no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Real quick. Did you go from the main entrance, or did you enter the wall from a different entrance?
So there's actually a few sections of the wall that are open to the public. The section that we took was the main entrance of that section.
Okay.
And that was really cool.
Yeah, the only thing I know about the Great Wall is that you don't want to enter it from the ends, you want to enter it from the middle.
Yeah, that's exactly it. We entered it from the middle. The part that was closest to Beijing proper is the section that we entered. I can't tell you the name of it because I forgot. But it was really cool. The top of the wall was great. It was super hot that day. It was 75. There were no clouds, so that made it worse.
Mm-hmm.
There were a lot of tourists, of course, to be expected. There were no bathrooms in every tower, which it's thousands of years old. Why would there be?
Oh
bathrooms
yeah, of
in there?
course, obviously.
Yeah, so that was really, really awesome. Just seeing everything from the Great Wall is so crazy. In books you see how long it is, and you look at how how big everything is, but in person, oh boy, the wall is crazy long, and it's well maintained. I'll say that because it's thousands of years old, but
pretty sure it's a UNESCO site too.
It is, absolutely. Only certain parts of it are, I believe.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I read that it's 26,000 miles long.
Okay.
Damn, dude, that's how it took several dynasties to build this wall.
Nice.
But yeah, no, that was great. I ate some home-cooked food, some home-cooked Chinese food. That was awesome. I met some new people. That was really cool. Except they didn't speak English, and I don't speak Mandarin, so there was a communication issue, but I had a translator with me, so that was good.
Cool. Nice.
One of my favorite things I did was actually go shopping, and I went to this area, which I highly recommend to anyone that goes to Beijing, called Silk Street Market.
I've heard of it
And
before.
what it is a six-story floor mall of just counterfeit stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's awesome.
And one of the
no one has to know.
one of the yeah. So I bought a couple things from there. I bought a new watch. It's a G-Shock watch.
Okay.
Retail price like $175, but I bought it for $25.
Oh yeah.
It's not real. It's not real. I'm telling you, it looks real. It feels real. It's not real though.
But let me tell you this though. So, I've been doing a lot of research about China recently and their technology, and really, China is very advanced and a very underestimated country. I obviously don't want to go into it, but I just want to say that, like, even though your G-Shock is, it's not like a real branded G-Shock, there's a funny thing that I want to say. There's a good chance that, like, an actual G-Shock watch was also made in China. So yeah, and I say this about a lot of, like, quote, counterfeit China products, that sure, it's counterfeit, but if your company outsources China to make the products in the first place, then it's like,
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So
one of the things that you can do at Silk Street Market is it's encouraged to barter with the shop owners to get what you want. So the floor that we started out on was like the clothing floor, so they sold jackets, t-shirts, like dress shirts, just everything was brand name. Everything from Adidas to Champion to Bape to Superdry to Nike, everything was counterfeit, but it all looks real.
Yeah.
And I actually got I got a couple shirts from there, and all because we bartered.
Nice.
Because the guy, he spoke English and he spoke Mandarin, but he didn't speak Japanese. So my girlfriend and I were conversing Japanese to like make a plan in front of the guy to make it seem like we were gonna leave.
Yeah.
And he's like, come on. He handed me the calculator and he's like, name your price.
Wow.
And I was like, all right. So I put 200 renminbi, which is the equivalent to $30. He's like, I'm sorry, I can't do that. Put another number. So then my girlfriend grabbed it and she put 390, which is around like $40 or $50 USD. And he's like, okay, I could do that, and I'll throw in another shirt for this price. We're like, what? Okay, cool. So then we got another shirt, a Levi's shirt. So that was kind of nice. So we paid $50 for 3 shirts that were, if we bought the real things, they would be equivalent to $200 worth of t-shirts. Just 3 shirts if we bought the real thing. But we got all 3 for $50.
For sure.
And honestly, I washed it, and it seems like it's okay so far. These shirts seem like they're holding up.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. And so again, there's clothing, there's a whole floor of just shoes, like anything from Nike to New Balance, like it's all there. There's an electronics section. Like, of course, like I wouldn't trust those Beat headphones to last you more than like, a couple years, but they sell Beats, they sell GoPros, like it's really hard to tell which is real and which is not sometimes.
I bet you a GoPro in China is just as good as a GoPro in the United States, to be completely honest.
Considering GoPro's financial situation right now,
yeah.
Honestly, like anything that's not a GoPro that is similar to it is still gonna get the job done.
Yeah.
Like GoPro's just a name and a brand. Like you don't have to buy a GoPro to get an action camera. There's like Sony and like other brands that have their own action cameras that are just as good, if not better.
Yeah, exactly.
That was probably one of my favorite parts of China, because bartering for like stuff is it's really cool. It's really rewarding and fun to like get what you want for a really low price that looks like something that's worth a lot of money, but it's just as good quality. Like I bought a new work backpack that I think is gonna last me a while.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah, it was so cheap. Everything was so cheap. Like holy crap. I will say though, the pollution does get pretty bad. Like I do have some slight asthma, but it didn't affect me as much.
Okay.
But after like the second day, the first day was actually kind of bad. Like I was coughing a lot, but by the second day, for some reason, I guess I got used to it and I just stopped coughing.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. Overall, the experience is really cool. I think I would probably go back, to be honest. Like it was really fun.
Well, you got a 10-year visa, so.
Yeah, that's true. I don't feel obligated to go, but I want to go in the next 10 years again. So yeah, no, Alyssa, like if you want to go to China, let me know, and I'll help you do the visa process.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
I'll take your photo for you, too.
Oh, really? You need a photo?
You do need a photo for the visa, like a current photo.
Okay.
It's mandatory, and the photo has to be a certain width, dimension, and a certain background, and you have to wear a certain type of clothing, and your ears have to be showing in the photo.
That's not creepy at all.
It's like everything is just so specifically annoying. It's ridiculous, but yeah, no, yeah, let me know.
Cool.
If anyone needs help with their Chinese visa, you hit me up. I'm not a travel agent, but I will give you tips.
Hit Jeremy
and if
up,
you want
y'all.
China travel, for real, if you want travel China tips, let me know.
I know. Oh, real quick before we go into questions,
Which we do have a lot of, by the way.
Yeah, this week we're gonna read a lot of listener questions since the two of us haven't been together in a while. So Arrested Development is coming back. The season 4 remix was just released. Season 5, I believe, is going to come back sometime the week of May 22nd or 27th. I don't remember which one they said anymore, but I'm super hyped for that because Arrested Development is one of my favorite top 3 TV shows of all time. So it's going to be awesome. And also, season 5, I'm just so excited for because they actually have the cast together in a lot of scenes. It's going the same format. Which is what season 4 remix did. It's remastering all of those solo episodes so that it seems like the regular format of Arrested Development. So
I didn't know about season 4 remix. What is that exactly? Did someone do that like a fan edit? Or
no,
is that an
it's
official
edit?
edit?
It's an official edit by Netflix. Season 4 no longer exists. It's season 4 remix that's on Netflix. So
interesting.
It's because I'm a huge fan of Arrested Development. So season 4 came out by Netflix, but the issue when they recorded season 4 was that they were never able to get the cast together in a lot of scenes. And part of the beauty and the magic of Arrested Development is that they're a dysfunctional family and it's an ensemble cast. So if you don't have your ensemble cast together, it's kind of like if you had The Office, Parks and Rec, but everyone had a solo episode. So what they did for the season 4 remix was it's kind of like Dragon Ball Z Kai, where it's like an abridged version. They edit all the episodes together now so that it seems like the ensemble is all
Gotcha. There. Interesting.
And now season 5 is coming out, and they actually have a lot of scenes now that have everyone together. So
good.
So it's really the same atmosphere again. So previously I would tell people, honestly, you can watch season 4 if you want, but you can just end it at season 3. Now I'm like, oh guys, you gotta watch season 4 now. You gotta, because the remix is there, and get hyped for season 5. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You watched Infinity Wars, right?
I did.
Yeah. Was it the
no spoilers?
Was it the most ambitious the most ambitious crossover in history? The most ambitious crossover event in history. There you go.
I don't think so. I didn't think so. I just thought it was just an amalgamation of everything they've been building up towards. I mean, ambitious crossover would be like Goku versus Iron Man, you know what I mean? Like that's you gotta have two different properties meeting each other.
Yes.
That to me is ambitious. Like Disney would never allow that, of course.
Of course not.
But
of course not.
But you watched it? You watched Infinity
So
War?
I'm going to watch it eventually, but you see, how do I say this? Because I found out recently that Infinity Wars is split into 2 movies. It changes.
Yeah.
It actually changes the way I view the movie now. Because originally I thought this was the last one. Turns out there's 2 of them that are going to be in succession. The other one's next year. So, basically, a warning for anyone who watches the movie this year. I just have to say, don't be too disappointed about what happens in this movie. And
wait, you already know?
Huh?
You already know?
No. I'm not. I haven't seen it yet. But because there's a part 2, I just know that you probably part 1 does not mean anything at all. Well, it means something, but in the degree that I think that it might mean something, I think part 2 is going to be way more significant for sure. Like
that's exactly it.
The actual bread and butter will be there. So, don't be too disappointed for all our viewers if you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
So
no, you're exactly right,
yeah.
And people are getting butthurt over nothing.
Oh yeah, no, really. Like I surprisingly, like, Facebook's been pretty good about not spoiling things, but I see a lot of people really butthurt and sad, and all I have to say is there's gonna be a part 2 coming out, and you probably this is probably nothing. So
yeah, no, I'm not worried about anything.
Yeah.
I'm more like if you spoil this movie, you're a bastard.
I know. So
like that's all I'm trying to say. Yeah, there's a shock factor. Yeah, there's a wow factor. Yeah, there's a I want more factor. But at the end of the day, it's just a movie, and there's a sequel coming out that they shot because they're back to back.
Yes.
And if you watch part 1, you already know what's gonna happen in part 2 because they pretty much explained the sequel in part 1.
You see exactly.
All right, let's go into questions.
Okay, so we got our first iTunes comment. Thank you so much for the review. Like I said, if you listen to our podcast through iTunes or the Apple podcasting app and you want to write us a review and you really like the podcast, then go right ahead and do it on your phone or on your computer. So the first review ever was actually written on April 18th, so I'm so sorry. I didn't notice it at first, but
it's okay. It's okay.
But this is from CatScene408, and it says, "So entertaining, great podcast. The interviews you've done are pretty cool." So, thank you so much, CatScene, for the review. And like I said, if you want to write a review for us on iTunes, go right ahead. That's everything that I have.
Okay. From my end, one of the questions I have is from Amaryl X on our Discord, and they say, what is your favorite game from your least favorite genre? My earliest example would be Base Wars for the NES. Though I usually get bored by sports games, this particular baseball game takes place in the future with customizable robotic players and plenty of fistfights.
Interesting.
Never heard of Base Wars, by the way, but my favorite game from my least favorite genre. That's a very good question.
That is a really good question. One that I can think of at the top of my head is I'm not a fan of racing games, but I like Wipeout a lot. If you've ever played Wipeout before.
Yeah, I have, definitely.
Yeah, I really like that game. It's for anyone who doesn't know, it's just a hover car racing game, and the soundtrack is excellent. The very first PlayStation Wipeout, and their music is really awesome. So I really, really enjoy that game a lot. That's at the top of my head one that I can think of.
For me, it would be Super Smash Brothers, because I don't play fighting games, except some people do consider Smash Bros. A fighting game, which technically it is. But for this example, if you consider it not a fighting game, I will say Smash Brothers.
Okay.
Because it is my least favorite genre, fighting games. But I like Smash Brothers a lot. The whole series is my favorite fighting game of all time.
Nice.
I have one more from Downtime Podcast, episode 26, the Terrace House podcast with Eden Kai. Life after 40 is good. Great name, by the way. It says, I just discovered Terrace House. I caught up on the current season, and now I'm binge watching Terrace House, Aloha State. This interview is so good with many O's after so. It answered so many questions I had about Eden. Wondered why he was from Japan, but his dad had flawless English and mannerisms. Eden is so talented. I hope to see him more in the near future. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for your great comment. We hope to see him more too. Where hopefully in the future we can get another podcast.
Yeah, that would be really awesome for sure.
Yeah, and I can finally ask him the question that I've always wanted to ask him since the first one, which was, do you play any video games, or have you ever played a video game?
Yeah.
Because that would be, tying it all in with the whole podcast thing.
Definitely. Jeremy and I, we have also talked about Terrace House and reviewed it a bit in a most recent episode, so you can check out how we feel about opening New Doors Part 1 there, and that's just a completely separate podcast from our regular schedule. So
it's not even video game related, so...
Yeah, so you can check that out on our channel. And Terrace House, actually, Part 2 is coming out after Memorial Day weekend, so we'll definitely be reviewing that eventually in June. So... Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
If you join our Discord, we actually do have a Terrace House chat room where you can talk to us about Terrace House, everything Terrace House, why you hate Udai, stuff like that. So come join our Discord and we can bash Udai and Ami.
Yes! Come through so we can talk shit!
It's like, who is your least favorite character and why is it Udai? I digress, but again, thank you. Life is good. Life after 40 is good. That's a great comment. Thank you for commenting on our video. Fun fact: my mother met my parents. It was my mom. Bless you. My mom met Eden Kai Yusuke at a spam festival in Hawaii very recently.
That's amazing.
And she took a picture. And sent it to him, and she mentioned, "Oh, I'm Jeremy's mom from the podcast," and he's like, "Oh crap! Oh hey!" And I was like, "Mom, why'd you have to name drop me? Like, why are you calling me out in public like that?" But no, it's cool. No, she said he's really nice. He's really humble. So that's cool to know that he still remembers us and this podcast.
Yes.
Trying to meet up with him in person one day.
One day.
Hopefully that happens. That's all I have from my end, Alyssa. Do you want to close this out?
Oh, I have really exciting news about my life, by the way.
Go on.
I'm going to see BTS in concert.
I saw that.
My God, my heart. Like,
for those of you who don't know, BTS is a boy band from South Korea.
방탄소년단. So, oh my God, my heart. So, anyways,
which stands for, if you go to the Sheep Cafe in Korea, you'll get recruited by a cult. That's what that means.
Oh my God.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh my God. Okay, by the way, everyone, the video game podcast ends now, but I need to tell Jeremy a really quick story. But
also, go to Downtime.Live to look at our stuff.
Yeah.
Just want to put that out there because we have to do this every podcast.
Sorry, Discord, come through. Contact at Downtime.Live, come through. Also, comment on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, and we'll actually read everything. Like, don't worry. Yeah. So, we
love your comments and questions.
Yes, definitely. Okay, so end video game part here. I just need to tell a story real quick. 2 stories, actually. Yeah. So it's crazy. So there's a really major music company in Korea. Their name is JYP Entertainment, and they are the people who created Wonder Girls and 2PM and Twice. Twice is like the girls' generation currently right now of Korea. And basically, like, their founding member has been found to be part of a cult. And
JYP is part of a cult?
Yes. So...
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and this is the crazy part. So the crazy part is not necessarily that he's part of a cult, but there was a really controversial... Not only is he part of a cult, but he's part of a company or a cult that does fraud. So, and like...
Oh, like, my God.
And it is, like, actually known in Korea to fraud people. So...
My goodness. I
know, so it's pretty crazy. That being said, let me tell you real quick about my story of how I got these concert tickets, because I woke up at 9 o'clock I woke up at 9 a.m., the tickets were available at 10, and
nice.
So I had to wait an hour, but on my phone, on my desktop, on my laptop, and my sister's boyfriend, basically, we were all queued, and then my neighbor and my elementary school friend, like, we were all queued for, like, 30 minutes to wait for these goddamn tickets. Yeah. And I was the only person that got through. So...
Oh, you're so lucky.
I don't know.
You're so
I don't
lucky.
know how the hell it happened, but praise God that I did.
That sounds like my Google ticket experience when that Google concert happened.
I know.
Like, that was my whole experience right there.
I know. So, also, I get to say that I paid the original price for it because if you look up the tickets on StubHub or Ticketmaster right now, they are straight up 4 times the original price of what they're supposed to be. So,
oh my god.
like, it's crazy because, like, when international artists come to the United States, their tickets are usually more expensive simply because they are international. And, you know, like, they're spending all this time to come here. But I'm, like, a slight way upset because Bangtan got popular all of a sudden in 2017 internationally, and I have no problem with that. But it made all the ticket prices, like, ridiculous, so... But I made it, so...
You
I
did.
made it, fam.
You did. I'm happy. I'm happy for you.
And that's all I have to share so that I can end this podcast. So, the end!
Okay, yeah. Take us out. All
right, so if you made it this far, congratulations for hearing all of my random-ass stories. This is the 50th episode of Downtime Podcast. We'll see you next week. Also, stay tuned for some awesome interviews coming soon. Peace!
Later!